Dana, what time is it? What time is it, Dana? Please tell these guys.
It's Tony time, bitches.
Nobody talk about Tony time.
The reasons why they're all successful, I feel like when Khabib walks into the room, it's like an army. We all get up, we all stand in line. He'll stand in line, he'll point to who's sparring hard in the cage.
It's Khabib time. 大家好，今天呢是这一期真正的哈比布时刻啊！今天呢，我要去给大家去翻译了一段视频啊。这段视频呢是UFC 次重量级，也就是李锦亮啊这个级别，曾经也是叫约战过啊，叫嚣过李锦亮的。我给他起的外号啊，绰号叫哈马斯大眼。他呢肯定当然不是哈马斯，他是这个应该土耳其后裔的美国人啊，纯种的美国人。他呢，在上一场比赛的话呢，是打的这个第二回合是 TKO 了布雷迪啊，这也是保持全胜的一个次重量级选手。他现在排名第4，在次重量级。他的那场比赛呢，是跟英之队一起在迪拜备赛了5个星期啊，5个星期。所以说他呢，在去接受这个 UFC 的资深的解说评论员 Joe Rogan 的这个 podcast 谈话节目，他跟我们去分享了一下他在鹰之队训练的感受。他从他的角度，他认为鹰之队成功的秘诀是什么？今天呢，给大家去一起来分享一下。因为大家都知道，不仅是哈比不见谁灭谁，他呢退役之后呢，他的表弟啊马哈切夫接过了火力棒、接力棒，然后拍。降服了最伟大的我们认为轻量级的一个柔术大师奥利维拉啊，包括他其他的表弟啊，你像在 Bellator 拿到金腰带，在万国际赛估计也快了哈，像奥马尔，然后在孙亚东那个屁股后面也在紧着追呢哈，所以的话，我们作为拳迷来讲，作为这些职业选手，中国这些年轻的职业选手、MMA 选手都希望知道鹰之队成功的秘诀是什么。我们通过穆罕默德这段谈话，我给大家翻译的，大家一定要好好看，反复的看，我们一起来看一下。鹰之队成功的秘诀在哪儿
？Train with the guys from Dagestan, from somebody on their team. You don't know what it feels like. It's not regular jiu-jitsu. It's like quicksand where you're in there, you think you're moving, you're looking for a way out. I'm really good at flow rolling and everything. And I'm training with them my last camp, and I'm like, I cannot move with these guys. None of them. Like everybody on their team has that same style, same pressure on top, and I'm feeling it, and I'm like, I need to change what I do in Chicago. I need to change what I'm doing because these guys are so dominant with the way they play, the way they grapple. It's like they're going to beat everybody. Nobody's going to mess with them.
What is the difference?
For the mentality, I think is a big thing too. When you're rolling with somebody new, you'll get a flow roll with them. You'll play around to see how they're feeling. With them, they don't have that at all. I'm not going to lose a round. I'm not going to lose a minute when I'm going against you. If this is our first time roll with each other. I'm on my back. I'm going to my back, starting on my back, and I'm like, all right, let's move. So I'm trying to play like guard, trying to go for armbar or anything like that. And then Khabib just yelling at me, get up. We're not playing jiu-jitsu. This is get up. This is MMA. We're not playing jiu-jitsu. You're on your back. You're losing. And their mentality is, let me hold you down because I'm not going to lose this round. I'm going to stay on top of you. I don't care if I'm in your guard the whole time and I'm just staying on top of you with pressure. You just lost. Even though the round's over, I'm sitting there like, man, we haven't done anything. It's like, I'm just laying on my back. You haven't done any pressure, no ground upon or anything. But I just lost because I'm on my back. And I figured that's their mentality. They don't want to lose any round in practice. They don't want to lose any minute in grappling. If they get taken down, they're popping right back up. It's not, let me get taken down. Let me play on my back a little bit. Let me flow a little bit like that. No, it's rough, hard. And I think that's what transfers their mentality into the cage when there's no let me warm up here. It's like right into it. Khabib goes in there, he grabs you, he holds you down. You never felt it before because his strength is another level, and that's why I feel like a lot of these guys break once they feel it.
I would be really interested to see. I mean, the best guy off his back, arguably in the lightweight division, is Oliveira, and Oliveira really couldn't do anything with Islam. I mean, he gave some difficulties. He got into the second round. It was work, but he didn't really threaten. Where he threatens everybody off his back. That's the thing about Oliveira is like he'll catch you on the feet and he'll trade with you on the feet because if you drop him, he gladly goes to his back to invite you into his guard.
Yeah,
but with Islam, he couldn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, a lot of those guys before Islam were afraid to go to the ground with him. Like Gaethje dropped him a couple of times, Chandler dropped him, and then they stood up. It's because you had that fear. With Islam, it was like I don't care. He's going to feel what it is on the ground. Like they always say, Sambo is better than jiu-jitsu. And he just has that mentality, like, I want to beat you at your own game. And the way he tapped him out from half guard with that arm triangle, I'm like, nobody's ever treated Oliveira like that.
Well, that squeeze must be another level.
Yeah, I would roll with him, and that first week, he's catching me with, like, an anaconda choke every time I'm going with him. And it's just squeezing. I'm like, tapping. And then Islam's nice. So, like, he'll tell you, like, you need to do it this way. And he'll show me the technique with it. When Khabib's on top of you, he's like breaking me at every single point, and I'm asking him for it. No, brother, you just got to keep going. And I'm like, all right, cool. So the next time he does it, he's just on top of me again. He's like mounting me, then I'm turning, giving him my back, and then he's like just laughing as he's talking to the guys outside of the cage as he's on top of me, and I'm feeling like disrespected, but it's like, this is the Khabib. But like, at least like Islam, he'll be like, brother, do this way, do this. This is the way you get out of it.
He's giving you some tips.
Yeah, so by the third week, he wasn't catching me with any more, but his squeeze is just a different type of squeeze.
They have a very, very disciplined camp, right? Like, you have to have your hair cut a certain way. Like, you can't be fucking around showing up with blue mohawks or nothing crazy. Like, it's very disciplined, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they're all successful. I feel like when Khabib walks into the room, it's like an army. We all get up. We all stand in line. He'll stand in line. He'll point to who's sparring hard in the cage, because it's a different type of sparring too, where normally for us, we have a sparring day in Chicago, or most teams I've trained at will have a sparring day like Monday or Wednesday, where it's for them, they're doing everything every day. It's small glove sparring every day. Then right after that, you're taking off the gloves and you're grappling every day. Then right after that, you're going in the cage and you're wrestling on the cage every single day.
Small glove sparring every day.
But it's light, so it's where it's, you don't want to knock. You're not trying to knock each other out.
Right.
But then if he points to you that you're going to your hard sparring, then you're going in the cage with big gloves on. And those guys we're going hard, and he's cornering, and then Javier Mendez is in there cornering, so you're getting that real fight feel. For me, I was down there with him for 5 weeks, so Khabib would corner his guy, and my coach Lewis Taylor was down there with me in Dubai, and he would corner me. So it's like, it's a real fight feel. The guys outside of the cage will sit there, peek in. So you get those little nerves that you would get in a fight. And I'm sparring with somebody, his cousin Abu Bakr, who's also in the UFC welterweight. You're sparring with somebody you're really not used to. So you also still have that tension that you feel like, I don't know what this guy's going to do. He's not one of my normal training partners where I know, well, he's got a good left kick or he got a good cross. I know what he's going to bring to the table. It's like, no, it's a real fight feel every single time, because I don't know what he's going to bring to the table. He doesn't know what I'm going to bring to the table. And we have two corners cornering each other in there. So when it's your hard sparring, you're in the cage. When it's not hard sparring, you're outside of the cage. You're doing a little bit of technique. Then it's light sparring going.
So was this camp going there and train there for 5 weeks? Is that just a big change in the way you look at things and like an eye-opening experience?
Yeah, because, I'm a guy that I like to cross-train a lot. I'll go to a bunch of different gyms. I've been to Sanford MMA. I've been to Fortis. I've been to Canada before to train with Faraz Hobby. And I want to bring that knowledge back to my team and back to my coaches. Be like, yo, these teams are successful. This is what they're doing. This is what we got to start doing too, because we're a small gym in Chicago. And, we had a world champion, Juliana Pena, with us. But still, you have to keep evolving. You have to keep trying to do what the best teams are doing, and seeing how their team is, how disciplined they are. It's like none of the guys are going to show up late to practice. You're not going to show up late and smile and laugh. It's like once he lines everybody up, you better sprint there in that line, because he's going to tell you what your duties are for that day. And then when it's grappling, every single one of those guys is an amazing grappler. There's guys in there that you don't even know their name. They're still young, 19 years old, 18 years old. They're just starting, but they still had the same type of grappling as Khabib. They still feel super strong. And I'm like, who the heck is this guy? So I'll look up his name, and I'm like, oh, 12-0, 15-0, 16-0. And the whole team is full of killers. But I just want to bring their mentality, I think, is a different type of mentality that a lot of gyms don't have, of being more disciplined. And I think that comes from being Muslim. I think a lot of it comes from that, is it just being religious. You're bringing a different type of discipline where you have to pray 5 times a day, and every single one of the guys is doing that. None of their guys are drinking. None of their guys are going out and partying. If there's guys that come to practice and they look a little bit tired, Khabib will take their phone away from them, and he won't give it to them until the next day, tomorrow morning. So he'll take their phone at night, 9 p.m., and then you have to go to sleep, get a good night's sleep, and then next practice he'll give you your phone back, because you're probably on your phone all night playing games or something stupid. And he pays attention to those things. And the fact that he wants you to win that bad because he doesn't need to be there. He doesn't need to give you the knowledge. He doesn't need to care that much about you if you don't care about yourself. But it just shows you like how much of a great person he is.
所以呢，非常感谢哈马斯戴尔穆罕默德，我觉得他也是一位高手，他也是一个摔柔系的高手。他比赛风格磨磨唧唧，但是呢抹血啊这种，但是他最近的一场是 KO 了这个保持全胜的布雷迪也让人刮目相看，所以他能力也非常强。非常感谢他的分享感谢这个 UFC 资深的解说 Joe Rogan 他的谈话节目确实影响了非常多的人。然后的话，我自己也是从这个视频当中受启迪非常的深刻，因为我呢就是练柔术的我是柔术黑带我是去年10月份的话，通过12年全职训练的努力拿到黑带。但是我认为的话，柔术的话呢，确实柔术选手他的整个的国内的柔术训练还是相对来说比较业余，就是指这啥，不是说水平不行就是他的训练强度他的对抗强度，这些我觉得还是跟这种国际的高水平相比的话，还是差距蛮大的咱别提就是说跟英之队了这个 MMA 的柔术和这个纯柔术还是不一样的它的规律还是不一样。纯柔术的话呢，其实抢上位并不是那么重要，但对 MMA 抢上位，在上位的打击、控制、打击、降服这些东西是极其重要的，因为规则不一样运动员呢其实就是打规则的，所以的话呢，你是从事什么项目，其实你可以从这个视频当中也都能获得启迪。不仅就是说英之队的话呢，他们的打法是他们不会去做这些纯柔术的训练，他们的所有的整个缠斗的训练就是为了 MMA 比赛，非常清晰，思路非常清晰，抢上位 ，OK， 下位的话扫到对方抢，回到站立，如果起不来，你再去进行柔术的去反击，所以抢上位这个思路的话是非常对的。一切的为了赢得比赛出发，所以他们的效率是非常高的。为什么很多柔术黑带就打不过他们之所以的主要原因其实就是训练的思路。柔术的训练的话呢，它是不是过分强调抢上位这个思路？因为柔术在下位的话你如果过不了我的腿因为它不可以打击的嘛，在柔术的规则下面还是能够赢的概率还是要更高，对吧？但是 MMA 的话可以打击，改变了这个游戏的规则。明白吧？所以对于这个缠斗系来讲的话呢，其实抢上位这个思路也是非常对，加强自己的摔跤。所以呢，我在来到海口之后，我是在19年的年底之后的话，其实我是参与更多的去帮助这个 MMA 选手备赛我自己也希望能够就是从一个纯柔术从柔术馆这种风格转型向 MMA 这方面发展。我自己本人也非常喜欢 MMA， 我之所以走进柔术这一行，35岁的时候，也是因为观看 UFC 的比赛。受 MMA 的影响，我的启蒙老师，柔术启蒙老师呢是毕思安，他是中国第一家柔术馆、艺术馆创始人，中国第一家赛事英雄榜的创始人，所以他的根子也是 MMA。所以的话，我受他的影响也是比较大的，对吧？我也参与解说 MMA 这么多年，所以现在的我未来的目标呢，不仅是要去培养更多的，我们也在招全职训练的选手如果你想从事这一行就是可以欢迎大家来海口接受参加我们的全职训练，请私信联系留言，对吧？因为我的思路是什么呢？我希望能够培养更多的人的话，后面去比如说去推广柔术，开分馆，柔术馆。我现在有5家分馆在全国各地有5家分馆，我们希望能有更多，所以我们也希望能够储备一些人才。大家有兴趣想从事这一行，你可以过来，我们可以帮你打一个非常好的摔柔的基础然后呢，我们也会在这当中呢去筛选能够去打 MMA 的，我们会去培养他打 MMA。然后从我的角度来讲的话，我的未来的目标也是希望能够去培养这个 MMA 的高水平的 MMA 选手通过自己的这个训练体系，当然我也在不断的去向这些去学习，对吧？包括以后有出国学习的机会，我也会去的，明白吧？我觉得，所以看这个视频我是看很多这样的视频，去不断的积累经验。要三人行必有我师。我觉得对于你，无论你是业余爱好者，你还是拳手，你还是教练，有保持一个很谦虚谨慎的态度，米尔好学的态度是非常关键的。我们像三人行必有我师，我们一定要把这个东西理解，就是不论对方是谁尤其对方比你做得好，他一定有非常多东西值得借鉴的东西，要虚心向别人学习。我觉得这一点是非常重要的。那这个穆罕默德呢，他呢去跑到英职队去跟人家训练5个星期这个其实这种经历的话， 对他本身的这个能力的增长啊，什么各个方面其实都是非常有借鉴意义的。那这个视频也希望大家能够去好好反复的去观看啊，去体会。从我个人的角度来讲，其实我在平时训练带这个全职选手，包括这个 MMA 选手这帮，我也是不断的去向这些国外高水平的教练啊去学习啊。我觉得这个是成功的关键啊。所有的我们当然这个MMA 的柔术啊和纯柔术还是不一样的啊，所以在我自己在 MMA 训练当中，我也是有考量，对吧？有考量。这个就考验一个教练的他的这个能力判断，就是你的训练的安排。那小英哈比布的话呢，他对英职队的整个训练的把控啊，所以一切都是为了 MMA 比赛啊，为了这个去获胜的话去为目标。但是你也要看到他们强大的意志力，包括他们的信仰、他们的精神境界和精神状态、他们的自律性，这些啊都是他们得以取得这么大成就的宝贵的经验。因为训练的技术体系这些方面，其实很多团队也可以做到，但是精神意志力的强大纯粹，这个是很多人做不到的。所以今天这个视频希望大家能够喜欢。大家如果喜欢言之有理的视频，请一键三连点赞、评论、转发、关注我，谢谢大家，我们下期再见。